Hey everybody, ModelMan here, and on the bench for June 1st, 2014, it's Jupiter 2 the second. I was actually hoping to get the original box art so I could hang it up on my wall with the others now that I'm getting close to finishing. But when I opened up the package, it's the new artwork. Still, that'll be good enough. And it also gives us the opportunity to compare the instruction sets. There are some errata from the first one that was turned into a PDF afterwards. We'll see if that's been incorporated, if any parts were changed, or anything like that. On the Jupiter 2 itself, yes, it's sitting here and ready. Oh, and another good reason to have gotten this is that while the saucer is fitting together really well without any interior to it, when I put the interior in, it appears to be, the weight is shifting it off somehow, and it's kind of going out around. And cutting this out as early as I did was definitely a mistake. If you're going to cut your door out, definitely do that as one of the last things as you get everything else finished. That way the circle will stay as true as it possibly can. And another issue that has crept up is that while the porthole window here hasn't changed at all, over here with this piece, because of the strange fit with the hull, I've modified this wall to bring it back as much as far as I can. And in doing so, I've reset it a few times, caused a little damage, and of course every time I do it, the window diameter distance changes. So that is an ongoing issue at the moment. So right now I'm uploading the current round of videos from the last session of work, and I'm about to start up on the new session immediately, actually. I've got 6 pages of notes over here from the last time. I'll be going through those. I'll definitely take a look at the new instruction set with the old one. I haven't even opened up the plastic on this guy yet. And what else is going on? Yes. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be moving forward with creating a proper paint booth for myself. The fan, just to get it to me, is going to cost some $150 or so. And then building all the wood around it, it'll have pegboard walls. It's pretty much going to follow the Bad Grendel's design with just a little modification for myself, and this one will be a bit bigger on the interior there. It'll be in sections. There'll be, I didn't draw them out, but there'll be an upper storage bin up above this. Then here's the main paint booth, which the interior will be a full 3 by 2 feet by either 2 feet or 3 feet tall. And then there will be a modular lower storage place where the fan will mount into. I'll have the air compressor down there. I'd also like to set this up as a vacuum cleaner option so that I could actually do sanding and cutting in here and just have all the garbage go straight into the vacuum cleaner. Getting dust inside the paint booth is not the greatest thing. I would be pulling out the pegboards. There's going to be an air filter in the bottom. All that would come out if I was doing any sanding, grinding, cutting, etc. And then it would be fully vacuumed, and all of that would be put back in for painting. And of course the bottom piece would be a dolly to roll it around nice and easy. So hopefully I can have that going before the fall, because this just really isn't cutting it anymore. It was good for a while, but it was designed for my last apartment, and it's just been completely inadequate ever since. And here's a nifty little tool I picked up. Not exactly the best fit on the guard here, but it can be made to work. It's a 4-inch blade. It cuts 1/4 inch deep. It's got a sliding piece here to help measure out and right angle everything. What would have been handy is if this had degree marks on it. 1500 RPM, right now it's unplugged. I did a test cut on it with some PVC tube. It worked out great. I think this is really going to be a helpful little thing. And I'll have more on it when I use it for the very first time for real, not just a test. Taking a look over here, nothing really changes except for the Toys R Us Godzilla. I've been doing a bit of Ava's work over here on the Project Chunky Chicken, which is currently stored in here. But over here with Godzilla, there's a view for you. I've done a lot of work up on his arms mostly. I've got the back of his legs pretty much done on this side and going on that side. His ribs are starting to fill in, and yeah, I'm really happy with the way the back of his arm is turning out here so far. There's still more to do, This one's starting to fill in there. Essentially, I can only do so much at a time as a session essentially dries over a few hours. And now that I've gotten it as far as I have, I think it's just about time for another primer. In fact, you know what? I'm going to primer him right now. Yeah, I think there are a lot of places where the technique really works. Definitely going to have to be doing some blending in, but I expected that to be the case. But overall, yeah, I think once I get the edges blended back into what they should be, they should be looking pretty good. I'll definitely be refining my technique from here on out. I've been doing this mostly all dry, so I should be using some water. I should be using a proper tool, and the one that I've had really good luck with is this guy right here. Wedging the fat end in there and then tapering it off with the point has really worked well on the places where it's been used. So I'm going to have to step my game up for that for the rest of this. And so with Godzilla freshly painted, it's time for me to get out of here because it's a little heavy on the enamels. So thanks for watching. More Jupiter coming up in June, and more of the secret project coming up probably by July. See ya. Gosh darn it, that doesn't fit exactly the way I thought it would. And here are a few YouTube channels that might interest you. As always, the Scale Model Addict. Scott Gervan brings you his own work, and the Scale Model Addict Forum and Scale Model Addict Magazine. Dr. Faust's The Painting Clinic. Check out Tony for miniatures and model painting. What time is it? It's cranky time. With his lab rat Ori assistant Igor, Dr. Cranky brings you the best in rats, rods, and rust. Steve Neal's Garage with Rosie the Wonder Dog, Mary, and Xena, featuring feature film props, restorations, and scale model artistry. Scott Alexander of Atomic City Models, specializing in 2001: A Space Odyssey model recreations and a few other notable genre pieces as well. Braddock 001. Whether a 1-to-1 scale Borg sleep station, droids of any make or model, or even popular superhero armor or any kind of sculpture, look to Brad Carpenter to bring it. And for the trials, tribulations, and tales of my car Red 2 and its droid lemons, check in on Gears McTinkersome. Bad Grendels for fine model work, timer chips, and electronics knowledge. The ModelManTom channel would like to thank the following for their sponsorship. Elliot Brown of Kingston Vacuum Works, featuring Fedoratron.com and WarmPlastic.com. Lighting for extraordinary modelers, and vacuum-forming tables for designers, modelers, and engineers. Kingston Vacuum Works covers it all. Paul at thefiberopticstore.com, now presenting the beta version of its new site, thefiberopticprojects.com. For an exceptional selection and great prices of fiber optics of all sizes and quantities, thefiberopticstore.com. Carpenter Creations. If you can dream it, you can make it. Brad and Carpenter, science fiction artistes. From full-scale Borg cubicles or droid displays of all kinds. Carpenter Creations. Steve Neal's Garage. Props and models for motion picture and discerning collectors, as well as prosthetic makeup and CG. Contact Steve through stevenealsgarage.com. Model reviews from Round 2 Models, AMT, MPC, Polar Lights, and Lindbergh. The Orbital Defense Engineering Commission, a 2001: A Space Odyssey specific forum for scale model kits, reviews, news, and discussion. Odec.proboards.com. More than just talk, hobbytalk.com, a forum for every hobby. And for the finest reference collection of feature film studio props and miniatures and models, it's Modelers, Miniatures, and Magic at modelermagic.com.